because the baby's sleeping. It's honestly really nice to have a camera to tell that I am leaving and it's my last time. I don't know, it's hard to accept it and like make it really feel real when nobody knows. I mean, I've had these seniors, majority of them for like 3 of the 4 years they were at GCU, and their first year was COVID. It's definitely been like the bulk of their time, and obviously all of my time has been with them. This is also like one of the strongest, if not the strongest, senior class I've had. I think I've had enough time to process this, so it is like more so bittersweet than it is just sad, because I just know in my heart that I could never regret putting Jordy and like being a mom first. And I also know like this is an exciting time for Corey, like to become head coach. And I don't know, I just can't regret like putting my family first. I know that like now Jamel and I are going to be able to have like our weekends together. Our holidays won't be cut short. There's a lot to like look forward to. But the other half of me is like, I am still so in love with coaching and cheerleading. Like, I have no reason to just catch up with these kids weekly. And I know I can check in on them, but I think some of them will do a really good job of like keeping me up to date, or just keeping social media up to date so I can check in on them and whatever else. But it's weird to not get to see them like week to week. Like, I'm not just gonna go text like college like boys and be like, how are you? You know what I mean? So, I mean, maybe every now and then, but yeah, it's just not like a weekly check-in where I get to see these kids. So, I don't know, it's just so bittersweet. I'm gonna fly through this makeup. It's really sad too, because I'm not going to the WAC or NCAA with the team. I'm taking more of like my time. I am going to the Netherlands with Jamel and Jordy. I don't know, it's making it more and more real that this is like my last game, my last basketball game like ever with the school. And the last 3 years of my life have been GCU. Like, I live it, breathe it. It's all I think about. It's honestly like what I'm good at, like organizing things and answering to the kids and answering text messages and scheduling them and hopefully, you know, coaching them and teaching them a thing or two. I've truly put my heart and soul into it for so many years. And the crazy thing is if I wasn't a mom, I would be staying. When you're a parent, you can understand, like, it's still such an easy choice because my child is obviously the easiest decision to make. But there's so many factors that come to mind of like, if this were to happen, I could probably stay and make it work. Or like, I'll give examples because I can always cut it out. If my parents lived in Arizona, I would probably stay. My mom is a stay-at-home mom. She has been my whole life. She just would have the availability to take Jordy. Whereas like sometimes we just get thrown onto an event and then I feel like a bad head coach for being like, I can't make that, which doesn't usually happen. I usually can, and I have to like ask my mother-in-law to like step up and take him when like she has a job too. So I think that's a huge factor, is just not having childcare that is just like readily available. My parents living here would have for sure allowed me to feel like I could handle. I think another big part of it is just the commute. And I think for what we get for living further, it's like worth it to live where we live. If we lived closer, I think that would be another factor of like, I don't have to drive an hour, sometimes more if there's traffic. And sometimes I bring the baby. So it's like, I don't know, it's just too much on one human being. And I'm glad I did it this year. Like, I'm glad I can say I did it. It's just like too much when I can make it easy. I could make it easy and just give up coaching for right now. So I think the next piece of this is like, will I ever coach again? And I have this feeling that like, it is so 50-50. I have a weird feeling that like, yes, I will. I just love it so much. And I feel like it's a perfect, like, when I'm older and, you know, like, our finances are right and maybe I've already got my retirement settled and the kids are grown and all of that. I honestly think I'll have, like, more wisdom for life anyways. I think the cheerleading, like, even if the skills, which they will I'll be outdated for skills teaching. I feel like that always happens, and that's why you just bring in people that are experts at skills. But I feel like I have so much more to offer than just like my skills and the way I teach skills. I really think I could coach again someday, but I also could see a world where I leave the coaching world and I like never go back, because there's so much sacrifice that goes into it. And I don't want to like talk about it too much, because I definitely want to do like a little sit down after it's all said and done. But there is so much behind the scenes that I don't think anyone would ever like anticipate it being that hard, that busy, that deep as a cheer coach. But it is. This is gonna be a really big and good experiment for me, because I feel like a huge part of my identity has been in cheerleading. Like, I was a cheerleader since I was 12, and then I did college cheer, and then we've been coaching for literally a decade. I've been coaching for a decade. And so I just can't, I don't know what it's like to not coach and do something else. And, you know, for the last 3 years, I've just been coaching, but really I've been coaching and taking care of like a lot of things administratively. So it still kind of felt like a double gig. Never just like given it up and seen what the other side is like. It's just so crazy. I got my makeup done in 14 minutes, and ideally I would like to leave in 2 minutes, but since it's saying there's no traffic, I think, fingers crossed, I think if I get my hair done in 15 minutes, I will make it. Okay, you guys, I did a blowout. I always look like this. I really want to like get better at makeup or just switch it up. I don't know, I'm bored. Like maybe I just need different products, but same vibe. Let me see if it feels like enough. It doesn't. And it's 4 o'clock, so by the time it's 8 o'clock, which is when the game starts, it's not gonna look like this. So I'm gonna be stealing people's makeup, basically. But anyways, I don't have my lipstick on. I'm not quite finished yet, but like the blowout blew out, right? I think so. You guys, that is a bummer. I'm just gonna put away the milk I do have. Okay, crisis averted, I think. I think I see like milk, so I think it's pumping correctly. It's really frustrating because like you don't want to strip in public basically in your car, but like I have to check. I also hope no one's watching me do this in this bus in front of me, but that's on them if they are, because that's weird. This is not like, oh, I'm not producing milk. No, that is, my pump is broken. So this is gonna be frustrating like all night to have to deal with this.
We decided in the plastic the ribbon's kind of unnecessary. If we were gonna like,
because how would we? How much I thought you were gonna privately document for your future.
Jesse's foreshadowing events that cannot be spoken about. No, I wasn't going to. I'm just showing the reel. It's halftime, so Jesse and I come and pump.
Pumping is a habit.
And we let our bunions relax.
Dogs out.
Why do I have stinky toes?
Stinky toes.
Like, maybe that's why Jordy really likes when I do that, because they're really stinky. Okay, I'm not putting that in. Maybe that's what it is. I gotta pump with a mommy that I feel comfortable with. But I'm like gonna have a lot of milks. When do you want to stop breastfeeding?
And then
Yeah, I know. I think I'm like, just make it to a year. But then I'm like, even when I make it to a year, I think I'm gonna leave it up to Jordy. Like if he still wants to.
That's how I feel.
The only thing that freaks me out about stopping for like a little bit only to like start back up is just like the hormone drop again. Look like, partially because it's 10:51, partially because you know why. Because I said it earlier. I have 1,000 things to carry. Okay, we gotta put you down because I can't carry you too.
Hi, I'm a pilgrim.
I have bread.
And a cutsy. Now I'm British.
This was honestly the best team and the best season I could have ever like asked for and asked to end on. And I'm not just saying that, like I genuinely mean it. I'm pretty heartbroken that like this is it for me. I'm not going to the WAC tournament and I'm not going to NCAA if we make it. I think I said this earlier, but I'm taking more of my time and I'm going to the Netherlands with my husband. So that's good. At least I can like get my mind off of it. Jordy, Jamel, and I can like go have a family trip. But that was really surreal. I don't know. You know, I think, I just think I wish like everything else could have worked so that I could keep doing this. Because I really do love doing this. I think that's what's sad. Is that it's not like I don't love coaching anymore. And I really love these kids. And I really love GCU. But it's just too much and I know that. It's just really hard. Because this was like a dream of mine. Like I'm so happy I got to live out in some capacity, but I'm just a little sad. I don't know. I didn't get a little bit more time, you know, to be head coach, to have a program. It's just been such a blessing and it's been such a motivating thing for me. It's been some of the most challenging times, but honestly, like, that happens every single year. It's not just this year with GCU, and it's not the past few years with GCU. Like, I know that it just comes with the territory. I think the weirdest and hardest thing, we're so fortunate to be able to see people, get to know them, get to know their families, just like know their journey, like a small part of it at least. And I'm just sad, like I won't get to see certain faces. I'm sad it's their senior night, but like it feels like my senior night too. I'm really proud of this senior class though. Oh my gosh, I think I'm just like heartbroken, like literally. I'm just really sad because I do love this and I love them. So this is gonna be really, really hard. I just need to like cry about it a little. I haven't told my team yet. So it's gonna be hard when I tell them because I tend to like in hard situations or like high emotion circumstances, I sometimes just shut down and get my point out and get my point across, and it's probably a toxic trait of mine that like I can't be more vulnerable, but I don't know how I'm going to tell them. I know like I've prayed so hard and I know that God wants me to be in this season of motherhood. Like I know it, but that doesn't mean that like it makes it any easier to walk away from like something I've really put my heart into for a long time. Corey and I were just talking about it and I've coached since I was a teenager. It's scary because it's not even like I want to. I don't know. If you're watching this, thank you for watching. I'm so happy you made it to the end. One of my biggest goals in stepping back from coaching is to upload videos more often. I've realized that I only really get to focus on like my YouTube channel, which is another passion of mine, from like February to April, because that's when cheerleading slows down. And then in the summer we travel, so I film a lot, but I don't edit a lot. I'm really present in the summer while we're doing that stuff. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please come back, please subscribe, and watch all my other videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one.